Taylor.
Let's hear it.
Taylor. What the hell is wrong with you?
I left. What are you talking about? What do you mean? What's wrong with me?
Andrew, back me up here.
What am I backing up? What is happening?
What is wrong with Taylor?
I don't know. He was high before. Now he's not.
The way you are.
Yeah, y'all definitely don't like each other.
I was just gonna start it off like, fuck you. You're the worst. Why are you like this?
I'm just gonna come out and say it, Ben. I fucking hate you.
Bring it up.
That's how we're starting.
Just let it all out, baby. Let it all out.
They're all saying we hate each other. I fucking hate you. No, that's stupid.
See, and here's the problem is that like we'll play along and I'll dish it out, and the second that you start giving it back, I start like, oh shit, is he serious? Like, hold on, let me decipher this. Welcome to my brain delay of like, wait,
what did I do?
This is the bit. Okay.
Trying to figure out what your hat says.
It says TTBC, bitch.
Titties and big.
Titties before Christ.
Titties because.
Titties because. The fuck is TTBC stand for?
Titties because, my guy. We don't mess around in Flavor Town.
But why? Because.
Is that Tim Tab Brewing Company.
I prefer the titties because I like that a lot more.
Well, then don't ask for the worst answer.
How y'all doing?
I'm fine.
I think Taylor's high.
No.
What is it? Is this how we're doing our video? We're just gonna be like, yeah, ha 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 ha. Like, is this how close we're wanting to be?
Is it? Oh, you're using the new thingy.
Yeah, that's some good quality.
It looks good.
Yeah. I wasted $200 on a fucking webcam.
Not yet.
What do you mean, not yet? I can show you my receipt.
But
I can show you the Carfax.
It was $200 for yours?
Yeah, dude.
Did you get the one that we were looking
I didn't buy it off some freaking Amazon. I bought it at Best Buy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I ain't wasting my time waiting on something to come in. If this shit don't work, I just take it back to the store and be like, nah, dude, it ain't good.
Yeah, true.
Did you try to ask him for a discount?
Yeah, but it has to be shipped and sold by Amazon to price match. And we ain't about that life at
No, I just meant because he used to work there.
You used to slang TVs there.
Yeah, right.
Dude, I ain't get jack shit. None of them people like me.
Damn.
Are there still same people there?
No, I don't know half the people there anymore.
So there are still some people there.
Yeah, screw them.
What is happening, boys and girls at home? Welcome to another beautiful episode.
Hello, thank you.
Ben, how are you doing? How was your week? The most important question.
He's sitting in all red light. It's not a great sign.
Oh, wait. What happened to the stupid TikTok light situation that you were bashing Andrew about? I see different color changes coming.
Oh yeah, you're changing colors too.
Y'all
just
both.
like
I got a little rave going on between your two cameras right now.
It's because we're updating the house because I've always wanted to have the smart home features installed. So, I just put one in my room to match the
vibe.
Well, to match.
Oh.
Yeah,
So it's all greened out, looking like whatever his name is. But yeah, no, I just put it in here because you can turn them off manually. Because it's freaking nice just to hit a freaking button on your phone and just turn on the lights. It's pretty nice. So we're in the process of hooking up all the Alexas and stuff, and
it's very nice.
What's wrong with the good old clapper?
It was for a D&D session. Well, it is going to be for a D&D session. So the one I'm starting, whenever crap hits the fan, I'm going to have pre-saves to where the lights will turn kind of like an orange dim light, and the soundtrack will play tavern music, and then when they enter the woods, it'll be more of like a pale blue, and you'll play wood music.
That's sick.
Yeah, so it's going to be super immersive because it's happening in the living room. So that's where we're kind of testing things out.
That's also my favorite genre. I love wood music.
Wood music.
You love some wood, huh? Now, will you have, like you said, a smart house like the movie? Will you have an automatic milkshake maker?
Well, seeing as we can't have really dairy in the house, no. But will I have whatever her face is talk to me? You bet.
Oh, of course.
Can't remember her name.
Whatever her face?
It's Leia, not Leia.
It's the girl who plays Leela in Futurama.
Leela in Futurama, yeah. It's a...
Oh, you're talking about like the smart home voice.
Actress. Yeah, the actual smart home.
Ah, okay.
My favorite one was where it just vacuumed everything into the floor. God, I love that movie growing up. I was so jealous.
Yeah, you just ask for fruit and it just pops out of your shelf.
Yeah, right.
Or out of your countertop.
Just takes over.
You know what scene always has stuck with me because it blew my mind as a kid and I always wanted it, was putting the little thing in the microwave in Spy Kids and all of a sudden the Big Mac meal just like pops out of the microwave.
Oh, it did
fresh.
Back to the Future 2 also.
No.
Put a whole pizza.
No, that's rehydrating pizza.
Oh,
yeah. Pizza Hut.
Sorry.
Don't confuse
Close
the two.
enough. Close enough. I hated those Spy Kids movies growing up.
I loved the first one.
Look at these frame rates. We didn't even get to like talk before the podcast. Y'all just started recording, so I don't care. Look.
I can't wait.
Frame rate.
I can't wait till we're fully visual because Taylor is like kind of lagging and just kind of like shifting around, and then you have Ben raving in his chair because the frame rate is so great.
Well, I mean, it's also to do with like the internet. Like you got like, I don't know, man. What kind of internet you got out there in Washington?
I'm on fiber.
Oh,
I'm also not in Washington.
Well, we're moving there then.
Definitely in Oregon, but close enough. I'll give you 5 points.
It's all the same, dude. It's just freaking wet woods.
It's wet woods.
There's deserts. There's deserts. I lost my train of thought. Let me go to my notes. Sorry.
There's deserts in Oregon?
Yeah, bro, there's sand dunes everywhere. Out west.
Oregon is one of the most diverse. Yeah, the word just left my brain.
Ecosystem.
Are we sure you're the one that's high?
I'm not high at all, dude. I'm chilling.
I'm talking about Taylor. You must not have seen it. I got on and he's like, I'm not gonna lie, I need your help a little bit.
I did not say I was high at all. I was just saying
I'm
chilling.
Professional.
I'm just chilling. I don't want to hear it from you.
let me tell you what. Let me tell you what. All right, listeners. All right, do yourself a favor. Go to your local retailer and buy some of them Delta 8 CBD waters. Let me tell you what. You feel hydrated and you feel good.
Where did this accent come from?
I don't know, man. It just kind of started evolving, and you just run with it. You just run with it.
You sound like a West Coast person trying to make fun of a Southern person.
But I'm a Floridian making fun of a Southerner, so it's just all confusing.
But a Floridian is a Southerner.
No.
Technically, no.
Technically not.
Geographically, but not culturally or...
You hear that, folks? Taylor thinks Florida's the South.
I mean... Did y'all ever get out of the car through northern Florida?
I mean...
that's where the yuppies live. It ain't South.
No, that's where the fucking horny old people live.
No, that's middle Florida. That's central Florida. Yeah, that's around Ocala, Gainesville.
Bro, there's a documentary on those people, like a Vice-style documentary on YouTube that I watch. It's just fucking wild.
It's nothing compared to actually living there. Well, I live there part-time, but yeah, like...
Wait, what?
I worked in Ocala for like 2 years, and I drove through the villages and had a client in the villages for a long time.
No shit.
And there was... Dude, let me tell you what. There's this weird subculture of grannies and grampies that they drive around in golf carts.
Yeah, with the color.
That are decked out.
Yeah.
Like, it's like their take on a Ferrari.
Yeah.
And, you know... It's weird. There's like a whole lot. I don't know, man.
I think we discussed it on the show. I can't remember, but they have this whole fucking like color scheme where like you throw this color on and it like means I'm down to you. You know what I'm saying? Or looking for a relationship, looking for this, looking for that.
Yeah.
And these old people, they just love it. That's what
that I forgot about that. That makes a lot more sense. I used to work in Indiantown, and there was a country club there, and sometimes we would have to go over there for like marketing things or whatever. And the whole neighborhood is just full of old people, like you said, driving around the golf carts and stuff. But a lot of them were like solid different colors, and you could tell they were custom jobs. Some of them had rims.
Oh, let me tell you what. Ever since Ben, you told us about your little pineapple incident.
You're welcome.
Throwback to a while ago. Like I always knew it, but I always never like paid attention to like how obvious people make it. But now that I'm delivering and I'm at minimum 20 doorsteps, like 5 or 6 days a week, the amount of pineapples I see on doorsteps in some way or fathom is ridiculous.
One way or fathom?
One way or another. I don't know what I'm saying.
No, I don't. What are you saying? I don't know.
So one way down, thousands of feet.
We're going deeper than the sea?
Maybe I am a little high. I'm sorry. All right, so I got home late. I made dinner. I always take a little hit before I get on. Nothing crazy. And just relax. And we got this new strand, and it's a little strong apparently. So I'm a little on edge right now. I ain't gonna lie to you. My bad. I'm gonna need y'all's help today.
Are you chilling, or are you kind of freaking out a little bit?
I'm freaking out a little bit.
No,
a little bit.
Nightmare.
Like, I feel like we've been doing this for almost an hour, and it's only been 10 minutes. That's kind of
funny. Oh, great! This will be fun.
Knowing where we're going.
So, Andrew, how was your week? Ben ignored the question, so we can move on to you.
Yeah, it's been good. It's been kind of hectic. Some of it is kind of boring and not that interesting, but I don't know. I've just been thinking of new projects to overwhelm myself with again in my true style that I, have a habit of doing. I want to get this guitar up on the wall in here.
Dude, when's the last time you played guitar?
I don't know why that
we went from playing every freaking day to collecting dust in the corner.
I pulled it out for like 15 minutes.
You did what?
The other day. Okay.
Bro.
I pulled it out. I went to plucking. About 15 minutes I was done. Put it away.
Yeah, you do better than most men out there. That's pretty good for you.
Better than most. Oh my god. No, I haven't touched it in. God, I hate how I'm saying this.
I haven't touched it in a minute. You say it.
I haven't touched it in a minute, bro. Ben's face right now. No, sorry. I haven't played in quite a while, but I've been wanting to. Now I'm watching how I'm saying this. Now,
just talk.
Even if it's like 5-10 minutes a day, I've been wanting to get back to it just to kind of work the rest off of.
I feel like
everything
if it's on a stand or on a wall somewhere, you will play it more, and I'm that's what I want to do with mine because I hate taking it out of the case, and it's just I got to put it on. Whoa! What the fuck?
I'm sorry. I'm sorry, listeners.
Over here.
You have absolutely no idea what just happened. I cannot wait for this thing to go visual.
Ben just zoomed highly into his camera, and we saw every pore on his nose, basically. It just scared us.
Oh, that was great. Oh, my God.
Oh, Jesus. This one's off to a doozy. Sorry, everyone out there. Hopefully
that's kind of the thought that I'm having, though. If I can see it out all the time and not packed away in a case, sitting in a corner or in a closet, it'll become more of a habit. So...
Yeah, I feel you. Acoustic or electric? Where you at these days?
I still only have the acoustic, but I'm going to be getting a cheap electric here soon. So
there you go. It's like the third time you've restarted from the scratch, basically.
Yes, it has. Yes, it is. Because every time we get in a tight spot, I'm the first one that not the first one. Erin doesn't have expensive hobbies like I do. Yeah, she crochets. She has bins and bins of yarn. So, I mean, whenever we get in a tight spot, I just start selling off everything that I have. So,
do you ever wonder if
why are we here?
No, I mean,
what's the point of all this?
No, not that. We haven't. The void's far behind right now. No, people who crochet. Are you happy with where you are?
Erin's gonna listen to this and be like, Erin's gonna be like this and message you excuse me?
Well, it's not even that. It's like the tactile hobbies, and I get it. I enjoy reading. I enjoy painting. Little things. But there's an ulterior motive that I do stuff with them, and I socialize and stuff. When you knit a blanket, what is your satisfaction? My toesies are warm. What? And reading. That's what my wife likes to do is she reads, and I'm just in my head, I'm like, but you can watch a show and be entertained on all fronts rather than having to use your big brain mode and go, oh, how does this look? Oh, no, you see it.
I will say these days I am much more a fan of reading than I am of watching anything. I
like reading. I like reading. I have a plethora of books. But it's just it's just the question was, do you ever are you good? Are you fine? I mean, her favorite hobbies are softening rocks and knitting.
Softening rocks. I forgot about that. Oh my god, yeah.
Softening rocks.
That was so we would go to the gem mine. When I first moved to North Carolina.
I went with y'all.
Yeah. Well, you went once. I went 4 times.
Oh, okay.
It was a thing. It was a thing. And I'm not saying it again. I'm not knocking. It begs the question.
Yeah, Erin has a rock tumbler. So we would go out to a creek somewhere, or yeah. So we would go out to a creek somewhere, go hiking, be like, oh, this is a cool rock, or we would go gem mining and we'd bring stuff home, and she'd throw stuff in the tumbler and come out.
Oh, dude, that was half
little
the kitchen.
Round. Yeah. Oh, dude, you should see the house now. It's literally buckets of minerals. I feel like Hank from Breaking Bad.
Jesus Christ, Marie.
They're minerals.
They're minerals.
We still have just about everything that we ever got. Here's the thing. We went gem mining once or twice ourselves, but then every time someone would show up to visit, we would take them.
Yeah, that was the thing to do to visitors.
Yeah. So
you hear that, people? Don't go to Asheville.
It's no, it's not. It's not the Asheville thing. It's the North Carolinian version of collecting seashells on the beach. You remember that back in the day?
Yeah, it kind of is.
I know my mom. I don't know anybody else, but my mom and my grandmother would have specifically my grandmother have lampshades. Mm-hmm. But the glass thing holding the lamp was full of just random shells.
Oh, it's like a yeah.
Yeah, shells and sea glass, both.
Anyways, that's my random hill I want to die on today. There we go.
Erin crochets objects more than blankets and stuff.
Hold up, she crocheted this.
Oh. What does Taylor have? I don't remember.
Again, listeners, I want to reiterify that this is not a visual podcast, and he's trying to show us something so that
Taylor can't hear anything.
You guys have no idea what's going on, and I apologize for the intermission. We're just going to let Taylor kind of go on his way, and here we go.
Everyone, did I miss anything?
Taylor,
no, not at all.
Taylor just held up a tree ring rug that Erin crocheted for them.
I'm practicing for when we, have video camera and stuff. Yeah. These look, we're training these people. This is what they expect. Y'all gonna want to watch our video streams when we have them. We're gonna switch over to YouTube. You're gonna love them. We're gonna laugh our ass off together. You're gonna be able to see Ben's face finally.
You will love them, damn it.
You will love them.
You will.
You will.
No, the latest thing that Erin is crocheting is it stands about a foot and a half tall, and it's a peep. The bunny.
Man, I thought this was going somewhere else. You already said 1.5 tall. I was like, God dang. And then you went Pete. And I was like, oh, God damn.
Anyways.
All right, so Ben stands for the day is he hates crocheters with a passion. He hates to have the community on Etsy.
I don't hate. I question. Like, if you're doing a tactile hobby that is like you could do alone in a dark room, are you good?
I'm going to flip the question. I know you already addressed it, but are you good, Ben? Because you do you
yeah,
literally do this.
If you listen, I do the exact same thing. Yeah. Except now my dark room can change colors.
Oh. He talks so much shit to Andrew about his damn lights.
I turned these things on for the first time, and I don't think we were even recording. And Taylor and Ben goes, "What's with all the lights in the background? You trying to be some TikTok son of a bitch or something like that?" I want it to look cool.
Listen, you gotta understand what you don't like. You gotta be on that level so you can attack it from within.
All right, hold up. This voice needs a character. What's his name?
I don't know, man. That's y'all's name.
Gunther.
Gunther. Gunther. Yeah.
Gunther.
Yeah.
Right.
I love Gunther.
Gunther the redneck.
The most powerful being in the universe contained in a penguin body. Let's go. Whack, whack.
This one's everywhere.
This is an interesting one so far.
This is a good one.
You know what I hate? You know what I absolutely hate?
Well,
is when
you're on a roll. Let's go.
you take there we go. The autofocus feature is driving me nuts. So what I hate.
I'm going to leave that awkward pause in there.
The thing that I hate is when TV shows, you watch a couple seasons, you watch a few episodes, and it has an established story, it has an arc, you're enjoying it, you're tied in, you're waking up early to see that next episode when it comes out.
I already know where this is going.
And then the episode just kind of spits in your face, and you go, well, wait. This may be serving some ulterior motive or like some side arc. But what if that side arc wasn't relevant for like 20 episodes? And, the episode really just has only anything to do with creating solutions for a different form in that same universe. So let's say like a movie in that same universe. And it's trying to fill those plot holes.
You're talking about Mandalorian, aren't you?
I'm talking exactly about a Mandalorian. Mandalorian episode. Don't you? Okay, I love you, Filoni, but stop. Okay, stop trying to retcon the freaking problematic new trilogy. Serve me the delicious platefuls of action and lore according to what you came to give. That makes no sense, but
I get it. I don't think Taylor's seen it. Have you seen the new one yet?
I have. I didn't realize it was like an hour-long episode, so I was trying to cram it in before we hopped on, and I have 20 minutes left.
You didn't realize that it was an hour? It's always been 45 minutes to an hour.
They're always like 35 minutes, shorties.
Okay, right? let me give you the quick TLDR, okay? First 5 minutes, holy shit, it's going off. Mm-hmm. The next 45 minutes... What in the Santa hell is happening and who authorized this? This is not approved. The last 5 minutes, seriously, guys, this is, you made me wait a damn hour for this? Like, it's giving me very Book of Boba Fett vibes to where the direction is all over the freaking place. The first episode, I gave it slack. Mm-hmm. It's, reestablishing us to the story. It is going to new places. We're reestablishing things. The second episode, that's the bait. That's the launching off point. Yep. And then typically in the third episode, I'm looking at you, Last of Us, you deliver. You're like, we're back, baby. Eat up. Servings galore. I've got a heap of meals that y'all need to eat. This left me starving. I was like, I wasted a goddamn hour on my day off for this crap.
I have a feeling it's leading to the re-release to not re-release, like whatever, to Moff Gideon breaking out of New Republic prison.
See, somehow. But you've already lost my interest. Like, I don't even care anymore. I do. I'm still gonna watch, but like, at that arc, like, you can't. This is the problem with Disney right now. All their shows, they spend an overbearing amount of time just expo dumping and setting up and setting up and setting up. It's like being teased all night long. Like, you take your lady out or your man out for dinner. You're like, boy, we're going to have a great night tonight. And you're dancing on the salsa floor and you're ordering bevies and you're like, you looking good. And they're like, you're looking good. And then you fall asleep. Like, you know, like that's the equation I'm getting from Disney right now. Stop it.
I get it.
Anyways, on to you, Cletus.
Anyways,
it was another example that's similar to what you were talking about. It's like it's a meme. It goes something along the lines of you and your wife finally having a date night, no kids, all lovey-dovey all night, looking good and stuff, and you accidentally smash too many breadsticks at Olive Garden and you're passed out on the couch.
Passed out on the couch, yeah.
With your food coma. I love you, baby. Oh
yeah, man. I mean I liked it, but it kind of was kind of like, okay, where's this? What is this? What's happening right now?
And that's the thing, is that at this point in season 3, this should not be a conversation we're having.
Yeah,
season 1,
I kind of was like, it feels like Andor a little bit for a second there, because it was a side story. It was people that weren't because I didn't say in quality, but we were spending time on Coruscant. We were seeing the inner workings of not the Empire at this point, but New Republic. We were seeing culture. We were seeing all this other stuff with characters that are not as known. But Andor was the entire story. That's what it was supposed to be. Mandalorian, that's not what it is. So what is it leading up to?
Exactly. It's trying to pull from Andor and trying to recreate what they did so well in a poor manner. Like, Mandalorian has its formula. Like, it knows what it is. Stop trying to just deliver.
They did the shit during. I mean, obviously that's why people complain about the Book of Boba Fett. I feel like this is like season 4 of the Mandalorian, of how many Mandalorian episodes it was in Boba Fett.
It is because it's the whole. I don't know if this is what it is, but it feels to me kind of like the Ant-Man versus Wakanda, like how the information's been coming out. Like, you know, a lot of the digital artists and stuff were putting all the focus on Wakanda, and it left Ant-Man kind of lacking, and that's kind of where you see some of those problems.
Mm-hmm.
Book of Boba Fett had that same issue, where it's like there was no direction. It didn't know how it wanted to tell a story. The flashbacks were all over the place. And it almost felt like that 10-episode run was just to serve as oh, hey, look, Mandalorian got Grogu back.
Yeah.
And that was it. I was like, really? Stop. Like, it's sad because I was so excited about what they were going to be doing. Like, when Mandalorian first came out, I was like, oh, wow, this is going somewhere. And then Andor came out. I was like, oh, wow, this is. And they did keep dropping the ball in other ways. But
I feel like part of the reason, not to dwell too long on this, but I feel like part of the reason why it feels like the formula is switching up a little bit is because these shows are starting to, especially The Mandalorian, is starting to feel a lot less the story of Din Djarin and more the story of how everything going on with him is going to tie into all these other shows that are in the same time period are going to be. Like, the Ahsoka show is going to be the same time period. Skeleton Crew is going to be the same time period. Like, there's all this other stuff, and it's supposed to eventually all lead up to a big event with like Ezra and Thrawn, supposedly. Like, it's supposed to come to a head, almost like an Endgame thing. So it feels like it's starting to become less contained, less about the Mandalorian himself, and it's going off in all these directions. And maybe that's part of the reason why it's starting to feel a little bit disjointed, is because, like you said, they're teasing and building up to things.
It's been 2 seasons of The Mandalorian since they announced anything else. Like, the only thing that we've seen from that huge announcement of other shows coming out is Book of Boba Fett.
Yeah, everything else is...
Bad Batch was a thing going on.
Yeah.
It was all the live action announcements when the first season came out. They were like, hey, we're going to keep going with, Ahsoka and all this other stuff.
Holy crap. That's right. Book of Boba Fett is the only live action release announced like from the last 2 years, 3 years almost that we've seen.
I don't even think they know what they're doing because I'm okay with introducing new story arcs and such. Mm. But the specific reference, this guy we have not seen since season 1. There is no connection to what's going on now, and then you just drop them in and expect us to care, and it's like I don't. And really, and I'm, again, 3 episodes in, we'll see, but it just feels like it's literally just trying to retcon the problematic episode 9, and fix those holes.
I wouldn't be surprised if the next set of movies we have are in this world. Like this timeline too, and it's all interconnected too. Or do y'all think it will stay strictly on Disney Plus, like the Disney Plus?
It's honestly kind of hard to say, but I feel like so here's
they are connected to going on the movie world.
Yeah, here's something that's been going on in case nobody knew this, but the former CEO of Disney, I guess, was causing all kinds of problems for shareholders. Money coming in, rushing projects out the gate, making the wrong choices on certain projects, and it was making the company itself and even the culture within the company very problematic and having all kinds of issues. Anyways, he stepped down and they brought in the old CEO of Disney to temporarily set things right and get them back on track with their biggest franchises and IPs that they own. But part of that is Star Wars. And they were saying how, we're spending too much time trying to pump out all these shows, and we're focusing too much on Disney Plus TV, where the real magic of Star Wars has always been on the screen. Yeah. You guys effed up an entire trilogy and kind of messed up that legacy. So this guy came in, and apparently they're starting to kind of shift more in the direction where they're still going ahead with all those announcements. They're still doing all that stuff because it is leading somewhere and it is tying into the Mandalorian stuff. But apparently they're recommitting themselves to making big screen projects with Star Wars because that's where the legacy for Star Wars lies.
It has to be.
Yeah. Now, where in the timeline, I don't know. But
strong disagree, but yeah.
So, I mean, I don't know.
Expand the universe or die. Yeah, the legacy of Star Wars has been around for 30 years, and they threw it in the freaking trash can, okay? Anyways. Next subject.
Well, you briefly mentioned it. Last of Us. What were your thoughts? Season over.
It was good.
It's good. We haven't talked about it in a few weeks.
Yeah.
That ending, it was a little meh. I don't know. It was like, this is it. I guess the episode before was pretty fucking epic, but which I heard. I know you have an issue with that, Andrew. That episode before.
Wait, what'd you say? I didn't.
The last week or the week before, episode 8 of The Last of Us. You were telling me that you just thought it was rushed.
Oh, I really did like it, and the performances in it were great. The villain was, oh my god, he was very cool. There's something about the quiet spoken villains that really get me, and I don't know. He did great. I did think that was it felt a little rushed, but I didn't want to complain about it because you're switching to an entire different medium. Yeah. Like that whole arc in the game is one of the most intense missions, other than maybe Joel fighting his way through the hospital in the last part.
Yeah.
But it was long. It was really long, and the build up to that face off with Ellie and all that stuff. I don't know. Anyways, I felt like it was a little rushed, but it was very good and very well executed. I did feel like the last episode, it was also really good, but it kind of suffered from the previous episode because it was so much crazier.
Yeah.
The last episode was emotional, but also felt a little bit rushed. I feel like as good as this show was, they could have easily made it a 10 episode show to show just a little bit more growth of relationship between 8 and 9 of Joel and Ellie.
The growth
just a little bit more to make it feel more impactful when he saves her and what he does to keep her.
That was one of the best what's the word I'm looking for? Rendition or something. I don't know.
Adaptation.
Thank you. I knew it was that. Of a cult from beginning to end. And
oh yeah,
like, you know, Jay didn't know how evil this is. She in the beginning, she was like, when they first opened that show, and it was like him talking to the town and stuff like that, and he was it just sounded like a very religious man and stuff. And Jade was like, I don't know if I trust him or not. And I was like, oh, okay. And she just progressively, each scene he was in, a darker page was turned and everything, and it was one of the coolest. Because at the end, I mean, I won't go into the episode too much, but at the end, he was literally the most vile human on the face of the earth. And he was showing his teeth and stuff like that. And it was just, I don't know, that progression. And any doubts I had in what's her name playing Ellie, she fucking killed it. I never saw her in Game of Thrones. I know she had a badass moment in Game of Thrones. I never saw it. But
her death is one of the most badass deaths.
Really?
in Game of Thrones, yeah.
So I mean, I didn't have doubts, but I just didn't know if like she could take the lead role. But like that episode right there made me a huge fan of her acting in that one and how just crazy she goes in it. But yeah,
what do you think, Ben? I mean, I know you liked it, but
I mean, it was good. It was fine for someone who's never played the game. It's enjoyable for people who play the game. It leaves you wanting more. But then to that, I say go play the game. But I mean,
it'll only enrich the experience.
Yeah. I mean, and that's what I said from the beginning is like, this is going to be a good entryway for people to go want to play the game and like dive deeper into it. But it's a Chinese buffet, and through the back doors is the fine dining restaurant. You just have to, make your way through. I don't know. The last episode I was very meh about how they carried it out. I liked it and I appreciated it, but at the same time I didn't like it. And it's just like I was kind of conflicted and just kind of just felt like forced. And the emotional pull was not there because there was so much time spent on the side characters and stuff. Like the episode where they're in the mall and you find out more about Ellie, and that's important. But you don't spend a lot of time between Joel and Ellie, which is the whole game. It is Joel and Ellie. It is their relationship and how they create their bonds. And for like 2 episodes, Joel's out of it. So you're kind of missing that whole driving force, and it is about Ellie, but the game's ultimately about Joel, about how he's. It's like both of them coming together and helping each other, and
losing his humanity and then finding it again, basically.
Yeah, and it did a good job. Like I said, it's not doing a bad job. It left me wanting more because of the whole hospital scene. I was like, I like it, but the stakes are not as high as I remember. Because I remember when I first played that mission, I was like, oh shit.
I died so many times.
I need to get to Ellie right now.
Yeah.
And you're like just powerhousing through there. And they did a good job at I liked how they like focused in. You couldn't hear anything. So it's like your heightened awareness. So I liked that side of it. But it was almost like too easy for him. Like Joel's just a walking killing machine. He's just like one tapping people, just walking through. I was like, there's no struggle to get to her. It was just, he did.
I was like, okay. Very Terminator walking through the halls, just like.
I think that was kind of done on purpose because most of the people who are Fireflies are younger and are not vets, and Joel is.
See, and again, I like the style, and I liked it at one side, but because they did it that way, and even I would have settled for like. Just a pause in between. Like the dude was pre-firing around a corner. And I'm like, I'm sorry. Like the
wall glitch.
You just know where these people are and you're just walking through. There's no concern. So it was good. It was just like, all right. Like
I love how you kept picking up different guns and ammo and stuff like that. It's like, cause that's literally what you're doing in the video.
That's what you had to do.
Yeah. I saw someone online was like, I'm so pissed he didn't throw a single glass bottle at anyone's face.
Or a brick.
Or a brick, yeah.
I saw a meme that said something along the lines of this show is such a unrealistic adaptation of the video game. Joel died like 450 times when I played it, and he hasn't died once yet.
Did you know that they used a real giraffe?
Yeah.
Yeah, people were freaking out.
That's so sick.
We're so used to Disney just CGIing everything. We don't believe there's real animals in shows anymore. Okay, I thought you were going on with more of the draft stuff.
No,
nope.
I just thought it was cool. I just thought it was
25 minutes talking about goddamn TV shows.
I just thought it was cool they used a real giraffe. I was like, I got the giraffe scene. I'm happy.
Oh, Jesus. Fine. I watched another show this week. Y'all ever watch?
Oh my God! Enough with the shows.
Dirty
What's
Jobs?
the next topic?
You ever watch Dirty Jobs?
Like once.
What?
Yeah.
Well, he was in Florida, of course, cleaning the pool and shit. And it was like a compilation, just a random YouTube video pops up. You know me. Sit on the couch and just watch random bullshit. And all the shops were in Florida, and I was thinking, like, good God, that all fucking sucks and everything like that. What is the worst job y'all ever worked? Andrew, let me hear it. Ben, what is the worst job? It has to be going to the villages, right? You just said it earlier.
Was that your worst job, Ben?
No, that was my best job.
No. Ooh.
Yeah, he got to see all the horny old people.
You remember the old lady
driving around, being a behavioral scientist and doing therapy. Like,
okay, wait, what were you doing? Like, what was your job doing in the village? The only jobs I know you of are in, like, restaurants, and you were a warehouse manager at one point, I believe.
At that time, I was doing behavioral therapy.
You have a degree in that?
No, I just had practice and life experience, and was going to college for it.
Oh, I had no idea. Well, that's kind of cool.
Wow. Taylor learned something new about Ben today.
You had no idea what I was doing for 3 years as we're all hanging out in Orlando. What?
You were working at fucking the pizza shop.
Lazy Moon.
Lazy Moon. Yeah, this was right after Lazy Moon.
I thought you were at Lazy Moon the whole time.
No, my aunt, I'm going to say, long story short, my aunt by marriage ran a school, or like, I don't know how you would classify, but it's basically a therapy school, like kids with autism or learning disabilities and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And I worked for DCF at the time, like beforehand. And then she asked if I wanted to help her out, and I did that for a couple months. And that's where I met Maxwell. And then he asked me to come help him out in Ocala. And then I was working for him for a while. And then the government had a big meltdown and like fired everybody. And then I just was like, all right, screw this. I'm going to go back to the restaurant world.
Oh, I had no idea. More you know. So that was your best job. What's your worst job you ever worked?
Everything else.
I hope your boss ain't listening.
I hope not. No, I've never enjoyed a job like I did that. I don't think, like, contrary to literally everything I do not like working restaurants. I do not want to end up working in restaurants. Like, that is not my end goal, but it's just a circuit of my means. Like, in this town, that is what you do to make money. Like, it just, I can, find a job anywhere, just, wherever the money is, as if we do, right? As adults. Yeah.
Survive.
Yeah. The absolute worst place though was
gotta be one.
Oh shoot.
Ben looks really sad right now.
I know. I'm trying to think because with every job, there's always like this one, like I'm pretty good. Like, I don't care. Nothing really phases me. It just, there's always like one thing that just grinds my gears. And it's just trying to measure which one of those was the worst.
Yeah.
Cause like, at Best Buy, you have people who get there at like 10:30. You're not open till 11. And you're just like, seriously, people, get a life. And then like when your boss is taking away the overtime that you worked and not paying you for the time put in. And so like there's like shady stuff like that. And then at, God, I don't know who listens to this, so I can't really name drop and stuff, but and then there's the other one where like your manager's literally emailing you and calling you out, and you're literally trying to do things by the books and they're not. And, it's COVID and you could get in trouble for following orders. And I'm like, no, it's just sketchy stuff. It's fine.
Understandable.
Cool.
I have to think. Yeah, Andrew, what's your work? Because I don't have a worst job.
So here's my thing.
Oh boy,
it's a twofer because my worst job ties into the church trauma thing that we talked about a few episodes ago.
I thought you were going with
Office Max.
Office Max again.
Oh no! They liked me and respected me there.
We discussed the guy showing off his naked wife to you often and stuff.
Y'all may have remembered Taylor referencing me as Mr. Clean on another episode. This is the story of Mr. Clean. Once upon a time, Taylor and Andrew quit their jobs to pursue a screen printing business.
I remember that.
You know what? Hold up. This sounds so sad. Bro, I've seen like 2 or 3 shows I've watched, and they're like down talking the guy who quit their job to start like a t-shirt printing business, and every time I see it I'm like,
really?
Oh god, yeah.
Oh, that's me.
And now the trope is podcasting. Oh god, you quit your job for podcasting to be a podcast. Yeah. I'm like, oh god, here we go.
Just falling into all the pits.
Yeah, whatever. Go on, Mr. Clean.
Yeah. We did all right for a little bit with the screen printing stuff. Kind of. It was fun.
More fun than payment or paying.
Yeah, more fun than actual money coming in. But there was a summer where me and Taylor were going to a church in Florida, and I'm not going to name it. But Taylor became a camp counselor for their summer camp.
Oh.
It was well known how much more introverted I was, especially then. I've come out of my shell a lot since then. So I was made a janitor for the summer. Which I at the time I was cool with. I was like, if I can just get some money coming in, I don't care. I can clean.
You know what I just realized too? You were the only person working there with a college degree. And they made your ass the janitor.
This is true. And actually, it ties back into college at the end. So here we go. I spent most of the summer cleaning up after all these kids. And I mean, it was like one counselor to maybe like 30 kids or something like that. And it was
living hell.
It was kind of a shit show. It was a circus. And it was kind of supposed to be common practice that when counselors left their areas, left their rooms for other counselors to come through, they would have their kids help clean up whatever they were doing, even if it was just a little bit as they went. So it wasn't as much to do at the end of the day. Most counselors did not do this. So I ended up having to basically scrub the ever living shit out of this entire place every single day. And if things weren't spick and span, I always got blamed for it. Long story short, was not treated well. Constantly talked down to about the quality of the, how things are clean and everything, to the point where I got a checklist and everything. And I was the last person to leave during the week. And I got accused of checking, leaving early and lying on my timesheet about like an extra 20 to 30 minutes every day. That didn't happen. And the funniest thing is, the person that was in charge talked to me one day when I went in, was like, after today, you're no longer going to be working here. Your services are no longer needed. You're just not that good at sweeping.
Yikes.
That's what she told me. And I was like, nobody here does their jobs. It makes mine a lot harder. I kind of hit a low point when that happened because I was heavily involved with the church. My parents were also heavily involved. I was kind of caught in the middle because it was leadership that was owning the summer camp, and my parents were heavily involved. So all this stuff, it was dramatic. And that night, me and Taylor and Aaron went bowling, and I was rage bowling. If that's such a thing.
He bowled like a 280.
Yeah. I ain't never seen him sling a ball that fast.
We used to go Monday nights free for anyone over 21 at St. Lucie Lanes. I think we didn't miss Monday for like 3 years. It was
Yep. And I kind of was sitting there and was like, this is rough because this is the dumbest, most menial, part-time, low-paying job. And I got fired for something that isn't my fault because I'm not good at sweeping, to quote. So I was like, it's time I use this degree, but to a higher level. I'm going to go back to school. So I made the conscious decision to use part of the money I made that summer to buy my way back into, doing tuition to do bachelor level classes for my degree to add on to it. Not even a month into school, my professor's like, hey, these guys are looking for a job. I know you'd be great for it. One interview, I'm hired on as an intern. And eventually it leads to my first ever big boy graphic design job. And I was there for maybe like 4.5 years. It was in Indiantown. It was kind of a haul, but it was great. Paid great and everything. When I come back like a month later and everyone hears I got hired at this big time telecommunications company on their marketing team, this woman that fired me had the gall to come up to me and be like, see, if I hadn't listened to the Lord and let you go, you would not have been granted this opportunity. And I'm sitting here like, did you make this decision for me? Did you tell me to go to school? Anyways, that was my worst job.
That shit drives me nuts when people say that. Like, see, I didn't do this. No, you shut your mouth. You're trying to get credit and feel better about your stupid decisions. Shut up. Yep. Shut up.
This church was full of the women that always try to plan the relationships too. If you're still there, I'm sorry. We were just talking about cults though, so you should understand.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was oh, man, I forgot all that transpired. The best part, the most awkward part actually is you get fired and like days later you're at church on Sunday with them, the pastor.
With all of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty awkward.
It's like the only job you have to go back and see the people. And we were young there too. Like we were still years away from leaving. So
yeah.
That was damn. Yeah.
Worst job, warehouse. That's what it is.
The light one,
warehouse.
Right?
Okay.
It was the warehouse. Yeah, Tam Light. Yeah.
Oh, I forgot you worked there.
My friend Kayla.
Early days.
She knew you.
Yeah, a long time ago. I mean, it was good. It was fine. Like that is where I met one of like my first. I don't know. When you get a job, like when you're young, you meet like those people who are very impressionable on you, like your managers. Like you take that leadership skill and take it as your own. That's the first job that I met. Like my boss Sean at the time. Like I was like, dude, you're doing everything. You're only like 4 years older than me, and you're running this place. And you've got like this work ethic down and so I picked up a lot from him. So there was a lot of good things to it. But let me tell you what, when you're friggin' sheesh, like I think I was 20 when I was working there and you get your first job at a factory. If that's not the most like, is this all there is to life? Like that was the first, just like, oh God, this is where I am. I'm in a fabrication warehouse. And yeah, that was a lot of mental problem stuff, but no, that would probably be like the time I had.
Sorry, you go ahead.
I was gonna say that was probably like your first job making over minimum wage too in Port St. Lucie.
Yeah, that was like because in Port St. Lucie it's hard.
Yeah, you felt like you found that job. Oh, I'm making $11 an hour, 40 hours a week, Monday through Friday. I had the same experience when I got the job at the plant building planes in Stewart. I was making like $12.50 with like a night shift pay of like 13 or something.
Dude, you remember when that was a lot of money?
Oh yeah.
Like, dude, when I was making $11 an hour and then I was offered overtime on Saturday mornings, it's like, oh boy, we're eating good this week. Yeah. And now I'm like, if I fall below 15, I'm like, freaking fire the alarms. Everyone's starving.
Bro, I would work at the plant building planes. I think I would work like 70 hours a week. And overtime out the ass everywhere. And like my 2-week paycheck would be like $1,400, where that's like
wild.
That's like a normal 2-week paycheck nowadays. Or actually, it's kind of light nowadays, in my opinion. But like, I would have to work so many hours just to get that $1,000 every 2 weeks. And
I had the same kind of reaction that you had, Ben, when I had my first, well, actually my only warehouse job technically. I had just come off of that big boy marketing graphic design job in Florida when me and Taylor and everybody moved to Oregon. And when we first moved out there, I got I had a ton of money that came in the form of basically like a medical account that company would put $2,700 every year into that account. And I was there for 4.5 years. And when I left the state of Florida, all that money became mine. So
congrats on never going to the doctor for anything ever.
Yeah. Thank you. At the time of my life where I was probably the most unhealthiest. But we got out there and I was taking my time finding work. I was trying to find something in my field. I was trying to do like graphic design or something like that. I also was trying is a strong word. I didn't really try, but I wanted to start a clothing line out there and stuff like that. I had all these plans, but I just never went through with it.
Lone Wolf. That's what you call it.
Because Lone Wolf. Yeah. But I was like, man, I need to get to doing something. So I went to a temp agency and they put me in a warehouse. And my first day there, I literally had the exact same reaction. I'm like, so this is it, huh? Part of that I think was kind of pride. Cause like I went and got a degree to do all this stuff. And I spent 4.5 years sitting behind a desk, creating things and getting paid good money for it. And then going and busting my ass doing that kind of work. It was almost kind of a humbling thing, but man, I ended up loving that job.
Yeah.
I think part of it's the people that I worked with. It was just a lot of fun. The banter.
There's a lot to do with things. Yeah.
I got a very similar job like you when we first moved out here, except mine was more of a carpenter role. I was building stuff, but it was a lot of warehouse too with it. Mm-hmm. And, no, I enjoyed it. I hate the people I worked with and stuff, but I was there for like 3 years, but like y'all just said, I didn't get that feeling for a while because I always just kind of liked the warehouse world. I don't know why. In my 20s, it was just what I was good at. I was warehouse manager and stuff like that. But like when I quit my last job, that finally dawned on me. I was like, is that the peak of my job that I'm going to construction management or something? Like where am I going? Oh yeah, because
you're making good money there, despite the headaches.
Stupid money there, pretty much. But like. It's like I quit that job and I'm like, where do I go now? Like it's only down from here unless I want to go parallel into more construction management, which I do not. And I'm like done with the warehouse scene too. So no, I get what y'all saying. It came on me later as I got older and stuff. But yeah. What was that? It was so funny. I would make there was a lumber shop right across the street from your job, and I would go and pick up lumber there every once in a while with the big flatbed truck. And I see Andrew. I'm like, hey, Andrew. And like we're in the middle of random Tigard, Oregon, like 25 miles away from our house and stuff. And
industrial as hell.
Like, what the hell?
What are you doing here?
I was like, hey.
It's kind of wild to think that for a while there, I was driving a 36-foot box truck through the streets of downtown Portland.
It's terrifying. It really is
terrifying. It's terrifying.
Because no one knows how to drive out here either. It's so terrifying. Especially me. I totaled my car in these tiny ass roads out here. My little Altima.
Yeah.
But oh man, I'm an expert driving through these motherfuckers now. Dude, I drive like such an asshole out here. I'd be like up on people's asses and they'll like pull over to the side, give me the finger, and I just zoom on by. I'm like, nope, we're not going 35 in a 45, people. Let's get the fuck out the way. They're so slow out here. I don't understand it at all.
It's Portland, man. No one's in a hurry.
Yeah, right? Like my Florida driving came back to me. Oh, shit. Ben, you good? You took a D8?
No, I'm chilling, dude.
Chilling, vibing.
You're talking about Portland. I ain't got shit to say about Portland. I don't know.
Well,
if you'd have moved with us, it's okay.
I got a funny message this week. Or were you done, Andrew?
No, you go ahead. Yeah.
I got a funny message. A fan of the show. They were asking, one, when are we bringing cameras on? And I told them what's up.
Fair.
Two,
talk to these nerds.
I mean, in fairness, he does have a camera. Two, we should definitely do they suggested a summer camp for the listeners.
Summer camp?
They're like, y'all creating a summer camp for adults only and stuff like that would probably be the greatest thing ever. I'm like, yeah, that's a no. But I love.
What does that mean? Like a legit physical?
Oh, they said bug juice, like the old Disney show back in the day.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, just.
I think they're meaning bug juice, but I think what they don't realize that they're saying is wet hot American summer is what it would devolve into.
As adults, 1,000%. 1,000. As long as it does turn to heavyweights, we're good.
No promises.
And then they ask, do Ben and you like each other?
That's great.
I've been sitting on this one all week. Yes, we like each other.
Yeah, what? I'm just sassy as fuck.
We're three people on this show.
Why.
Yeah,
that's why.
We're 3 people on this show. There's me on one end. Andrew is a split down the middle of both of Ben and I, and Ben is on the other end. So while Andrew and Ben agree on things, and me and Andrew agree on things, Ben and I will clash a little bit, which is what we need in the podcast. If we are all
it's the spice.
Yeah, if we were just all sitting on here agreeing
with everything,
y'all would be bored out your mind. You need a little spice.
Hey guys, have you had the newest Coca-Cola? Delectable.
Delicious.
Yes, tasty. No, but it's you and it's honestly, it's you and I having a conversation half the time, and like and the other thing is you're in the middle. Like when I'm looking at the hub, like you're in the middle, so you're closest to me. So I'm like looking at you, and then there's Andrew on the side, just chirping in. Okay. Yeah. So it's just like Andrew's just like, I have an opinion, and then like Andrew will come in and be like, this is how I feel, and I'm like, oh, okay, yeah.
But yes, we all like each other. We're just spicing up the show for a little drama. That's what you need.
That's funny. That's great. I wonder if anybody else has felt that vibe at all. Like, these guys like each other.
Pull out.
I mean, in fairness, like I've listened to shows also. I'm like, these people do not sound like they like each other at all. But yeah, now that we're in it, it all makes sense. You gotta.
Is this So is this the same person that said that we should do a movie night and do like a live react, like chat?
Yes, that same person.
Okay. Because you did send that screenshot in the chat, and I was like, "Oh, that's such a good idea. That would be so much fun."
They had a
Mystery
lot of
Science Theater 3000.
There you go. Just some stuff we want to do in the future. I know we discussed also wanting to bring possibly some people on this show, like just to tell stories and chat and stuff like that, which we're definitely still looking into. We just want to get to the camera first and everything.
Who do the people want to hear us interview? Because we talk about 50 different freaking topics, so we're not.
No.
We're talking
listeners
coming on.
We want listen. No. I don't want people on here. No.
No, anything to make you uncomfortable.
We can call them in. I'll do that. I'll settle for like, oh God, what was that like late night call? The lady with the mystic orb.
Oh yeah.
Mother. No. I was gonna say Mother.
You're about to say Mother Teresa.
No.
Yeah, dude. I'm down with that. It's like, all right, cool. Call in. Call us at beep boop bop, and they join in, and they're like, "What's your question?" All right,
yeah, it's basic.
It's dumb. Cool. Bye. Like, no.
That's basically it.
Cleo. Yeah.
Yeah. See, I do that. I don't want. Do you think I'm going to have a freaking goddamn 30-minute conversation with some rando? Oh my God, though.
As the person,
these are your fans, Ben.
It's a joke. Disclaimer.
They're your fans, Ben.
Obviously, people don't understand if it's real or not.
Yeah. Keep them guessing. You think I hate Taylor? What's the truth? What's really going on here?
What are we doing?
Never let them know your next move.
Exactly. Nope. Keep them guessing. Always.
I would love to have multiple people just call in on the show and stuff like that. That'd be fun. But I think that
variety hour.
Hell yeah.
As a bit of an update, because we keep talking about it, I feel like every episode, and it just doesn't happen. Ben was a good boy and got his camera early.
Thank you, sir.
Taylor and I, because we are.
I don't like that. I'm not doing that again.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, dude. I'm leaning into the whole sub-dom culture we got. Listen, the appraisal.
More vampire talk.
Oh, sorry. It's coming out. Oh, shit. Yeah.
Taylor and I, we are a small show, obviously. We are not rich. And we have everyday issues, of course. So Taylor and I had to both put off getting our cameras because stuff was coming up. So, but next week we will have it. I don't know. I was going to talk to you guys about this, but I don't know if we are going to actually use the cameras next week or not, because we do need to take some time for internal reasons to play around with them a little bit, because we're making some stuff with them first.
Yeah, for sure.
But it is coming.
We will have them. Yeah,
didn't we say March?
What month is it?
Yeah.
Oh shit,
it's March.
Oh, fuck.
Boys, it's
this week, and it ain't next week. That's gonna be the end of March.
If it I was thinking not next week, but the week after. So 2 weeks from, oh my god, that is the end of the month.
And then that episode will come out in April.
Yeah. Well, there you go, April.
Well, at least I didn't lie to y'all.
We lied to all of y'all. It's all good. It's all good. Ben, I am proud of you for getting that camera first. You're always the last one to join the stream. You're always the last to do a reply.
Oh, if it has something to do with tasks, it's the last one to join the stream. Boy, I was ready at 10 o'clock. You're like, 10:30, I gotta cook. I was like, all right, I guess I'm settling in for another episode. It's what? Like, what are you doing? No, oh my god.
Oh my god.
What about every other week?
I don't know, man. I'm pretty donkey.
I'm pretty fine.
I'm fine.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Titties, because we're getting out of here. What did we learn?
No, I want to keep going.
You want to keep going for once?
2 hours, baby.
2 hours. We'll save it for the video show.
Save you for the video show.
All right, you hear that? I'm taking a couple weeks off, everyone.
Next week, I want to hear from the listeners. Tell me what you want me to rant about.
Okay.
I want every topic. I want every topic we talk about next week from the listeners. And you only get one entry. You can't sit there and bombard me and tell me. Like, I'm not going to talk about your whole diary. No. You tell me one topic we're going to discuss and continue on.
All right.
Okay? I want that. And if it's only one person that messages in, please let this happen because it'd be funny. We end it right there. It's a 10-minute episode. We talk about that one thing, nothing else.
You hear that, everyone? Next week's episode depends on all of y'all. And please, for the love of God, send a message in, because this is the first idea Ben has ever come up with. I wanted to happen.
This is the only idea I've ever come up with. It's just like, hey.
Next Tuesday, keep an eye on the gram. I'll put a link up. You can all listen your message on the story.
No. We're not putting it on the gram. We're not advertising it. You got to listen here first. And you go, oh, shit. If I want to hear again, I got to send it in.
Going on the gram.
Yeah.
All right, everyone. Let's get out of here. Say toodles.
Okay, toodles.
Say toodles. Say it.
It.
Toodles.
I'm happy to report I did not discover any trauma from last week. Just as a...
What?
We're good.
What are you talking about?
You don't remember our outro?
No! The second we hit end, my brain wipes and I go on with the rest of my week. I don't know what the hell we're talking about right now.
I was like, is it a good sign? Is it normal behavior to dig for trauma because you can't...
Oh,
you don't have any readily available on the surface to remember.
That's
and then we just pieced out. And so I was just gonna be like, hey, I can't remember any, just as an update.
That's what you were doing for 7 days, digging for trauma.
Sitting on that.
I know there has to be. There has to be some.
The Narcos meme where he's just staring into nothingness around the house.
There has to be some around here.
Sorry, Andrew. We're not all privileged like you. Jesus Christ.
I don't even know how to respond to that.